Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Double D, and today I want to take a look at the Donner DPZ power supply. A while back I got this Donner Pedalboard, which I really dig. It's pretty cool. I can put my GX100 on it, my Boss GX100. It's exactly the width that I need. The funny thing is, after doing a little looking around, I realized, hey, they also have this really cool power supply that fits directly underneath of it. I wanted to get everything that I could find online for you guys to show you what to look for. This DPZ 9-volt guitar power supply from Donner is a mouthful, and it's designed to fit underneath one of their pedal boards. Now, I couldn't find it on Amazon anymore, but I did find it on Walmart. This is the board that I have. It comes with this great little bag. As you can see right here, it's got a little Velcro area there where you can fit a power supply. It's designed to hold a bunch of pedals, different sizes, and for me, it's perfect because it does perfectly fit with the width of the GX100 and has these nice little handles on the side. Now, my issue has been the GX100 needs 9-volt, but a lot of milliamps in order to really power it properly. Underneath of it, it's a little bit of just a mess. You know, I'm using the proper power supply for the GX100 right here, and it's strapped in this little area. Oh, here it is. Yeah, the proper power supply for the GX100 is strapped in underneath here. It's, you know, a little bit of a mess. I got all these extra cables, and just to be able to power my Shure and my AB splitter. So to power my Shure wireless, I need at least 500 milliamps. Well, we're going to give this a shot. Of course, the kit comes with a whole bunch of wires for you to power your individual cables. It comes with a jumper here that would give you 3 spots. And then it gives you these what look like extensions, but I believe that those they're going to swap your power from the tip positive to the tip actually being ground. So that use with caution. I wouldn't use these little jumper guys, these guys that look like barrel-ended extensions, unless your pedal calls for reverse polarity. I wouldn't use these to just extend a cable a little bit, because you're going to end up reversing the polarity. And then this is for battery, turning your battery around. Pretty decent little price for this, 50 bucks. And we'll see if it will do exactly what I need it to do. But right now I need to start taking apart this here board, at least the underside. This is a passive DI, doesn't need any power. So I'm really just hoping that I can power a real low milliamp pedal here. My wireless Shure, which needs a good bit of milliamps, and then the Boss GX100. Fingers crossed, let's see. What we got is power supply, which will go into the DC in, okay? And you got your USB section. You get a jumper, a set of jumpers, so that if you have maybe a few more pedals than what, you know, is necessarily allowed for here, you could plug it into one of the high milliamp output ones. Be selective how you do that. Sometimes that can make a lot of noise. The power jumpers from here to your pedals are a lot longer than they look in the pictures, which is good. That's a very good thing. I'm putting aside the ones that I'm just not going to use at all. The ones that go, if you want to use a battery to power a pedal, or if you want to power a pedal that only has battery input, you can use that in the pedal and then this on the power supply. I'm not going to use that, and these I think are polarity reversers. Like I said, I'm going to stay away from those. Yeah, 4 at 100 milliamps, 3 of them at 300 milliamps, 1 dedicated 9-volt 500 milliamps, 1 switchable 500 milliamp that can go between 9-volt and 12-volt, and then an 18-volt 300 milliamp output, USB 5-volt 1000 milliamp output. Also comes with the Velcro there that I will put underneath here. I'll trim that up and put that on this side of the power supply unit, and it will go I'm gonna get locked right into this spot where this guy is currently. This is the Boss power supply. Let's get this guy all out of here. All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stop recording and just get this apart real quick. I do wish that the power jack was on this side, because I want to mount this in here this way so that the cables go under the board, and this isn't really a bunch of cables, but I want to be able to plug in without having to go under the board. That's my first little minor complaint that I would have about it. As far as design, I would love that, but you know, the thing's $50, so I want to go this way with it. It fits in here. I think they did a small redesign with this thing. I don't even know why I'm bothering doing a video, because I don't even know how accessible these are. I know this power supply you can still get on Amazon, but this particular board, if it looks like they're all out of stock, I can see why. It's a great little board. Hopefully they will restock this medium-sized board, because this is a great little board as far as I'm concerned. It came with that great bag. It came with a few cables, some Velcro, and the nice little cable management system. So this fits in here really well. Happy with the way that looks. Now I just have to see if it's going to power up and do the thing. Things didn't quite go the way that I originally thought. I changed some things around according to what I thought was going to work out, but it's actually worked out for the better. I'm really happy. I know a lot of people in the GX100 forum are looking for a good way to power their GX100. So I have my Shure wireless unit up here, ABY box right there, so I can either be wireless or wired. And now in the back here, see if I can get a good look here without breaking everything I own. So for right now, just because this sits real close to where I power up my system, I just kind of bundled everything in with some of the Donner tags, the little Donner zip ties that they come with. I took the power supply, and that way I won't be unplugging it or possibly plugging it back into the wrong thing. That's my big fear, is putting power into the wrong thing. That would not work out well. So I'm going to leave that plugged in, and I'll figure out something a little bit different. Move my coffee and get in a little bit closer. So I thought I was going to be able to use my little USB step-up 5-volt to 9-volt adapter and plug it here into the USB and power up my GX100. It powered it up for a second, started getting some flashing, which means that it just wasn't getting enough milliamps. So I figured there's no way it's going to really work in one of the higher milliamp ones, and it actually did. I have a cable plugged into my 300 milliamp that's actually powering my EV1 wireless and an extra switch. So that one outlet is powering 2 items, and then right next to it I have the 500 milliamp 9-volt powering my Shure wireless, and then right next to it here on the other DC out, I have it set to 9 volts, and it only is supposed to be giving me 500 milliamps. But I am able to power this entire board up and then some, as well as a couple of extra pedals, just by using the 500 milliamp 9-volt output. And I'll show you here real quick. I actually already tested and played for about an hour with it. I did a whole bunch of editing and saving just to see what kind of, if I could tax it and really shut it down by doing too much with it. And it actually survived all of my edits. It saved my patches, which I'm happy about. It never turned itself off, never started blinking or anything like that. So I'm guessing that the DP7 is able to adjust its milliamps at that output and give you a little bit more if it has it available. I'm not fully taxing the unit, so maybe, you know, like the True Tone stuff, it's able to kind of adjust the milliamps. But let me plug in and I'll play for a second. You know, what's a guitar video without some playing, right? So we'll give this a quick look at and listen to. All right, I'm going to put it at my feet though, so we've already kind of looked at it. But I'm happy. I'm happy with it by only using 4 of the outputs. I'm able to power up enough of what I need here. So that's good. I don't love this power situation. I do really wish I could just plug my power into one outlet on this side and not be confused and have all that other stuff going on. But other than that, this is a great little board and power supply setup. Donner, everybody loves their guitars. Everybody really loves their pedals. I have a reason to love their pedal board and their power supply because I'm really surprised. I did not think that it would have the capacity to adjust the milliamps and give this enough juice to power up. So anyway, down to my feet and we're going to play. Well, that's a pleasant surprise. I kind of had plan A and plan B worked out a lot better. I had seen people on the Facebook group for the GX100 talking about how their True Tone 500 milliamp 9-volt spot could power the GX100. And a lot of people saying, no, that can't happen because the GX needs so much more milliamps. Well, hello, Luca. It's dinner time. I've been doing this all day. It only gave me one issue, and I think it was because I accidentally bumped a couple of wires and I froze the GX100. During the playing, you saw me kind of messing with the volume and going back and forth between some patches. I thought that maybe kind of doing all of that, trying to go between the tuner and then patch changes and then volume moves and all that, and even moving from a patch that had 2 amps and 2 cabinet sims going over to one that just had 1 and a couple of simpler patches. It has taken it all in stride, and I'm going to leave it on for the rest of the day, and I think it's going to be fine. I have a feeling it's going to be fine. It seems to be drawing power just fine. It hasn't really shut down. I haven't plugged in the software yet to try to run it while using all of this stuff, but I am powering up a couple of pedals and a wireless out of the Donner DPZ 9-volt guitar pedal power supply. And it's working out well. I wouldn't add much more to it. I don't want to draw too many more milliamps off of it, so I probably wouldn't add anything else to the power supply at this point. As you saw, I only have a few things plugged in, and I'm happy. The actual pedal board that I found comes with a nice little bag. I like it. I'm really looking forward to not carrying a 50-pound amp and a 50-pound pedal board into a gig, and just walking in and using all the great sounds that I've been able to dial in with the GX, place it down on a very small footprint, plug in one thing, and plug directly into the house. Maybe use my head rush or something to monitor myself, or use the house monitors, depending on the venue. That is something I'm looking forward to. And that power supply and the board, Donner, so far so good. Couple little things about the power supply, like I said, that I would change. I really think that the pick holder is useless. It's just a silly add-on. I'm sure some people probably use it, and I'm not knocking people for using it, but if I'm gigging, I'm standing. And if I drop my pick and I have to reach down to get it, or reach down and find another one, I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to reach behind me off my amp, or go to the mic stand where I have an extra pick somewhere. It's cute, it's fun, it's a neat little thing, but on top of it, the rest of the board is really well laid out. I hope that they make this one available again. On Amazon, they only had a couple, and on their website, I really didn't see it. So, and I don't even think I saw this power supply that I'm looking at. So, but you can find it on Amazon. So, like I said, it's real easy to just do a search in Amazon for the Donner DPZ 9-volt guitar pedal power supply, and you'll get that. And it has like I said, the USB. You can power or you can charge your phone or charge your iPad, whatever it is you need to charge. Maybe you're using it to play some playback stuff, and you want to make sure you don't lose audio from your playback device during your concert, something like that. It's got options. This thing's got great options. I just wish the power input was on its own side, on the other side, so I could, from the back, plug it in while all the rest of the cables are hidden like that. Anyway, thanks for watching my ramblings and my experiments with the Donner power supply and the Boss GX 100 and the killer little Donner pedal board that they have. They have a bunch of different sizes. This particular one, the medium one, fit the GX 100 perfectly. I will leave a link down below for the power supply, and I'll leave that Walmart link at least for the actual pedal board. Even though I got it off of Amazon, it's the only place I can really see it listed right now. Donner, bring that thing back. Make them available. That thing's cool. All right, thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate you being here. Y'all take care.